Now, I'm not a man that enjoys causing upset or offence, in which case I think it's pretty obvious I owe a few people a little bit of an apology when it comes to the golf clubs that are in this golf bag. Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson and welcome to this YouTube channel. Guys, in today's video I have the brand new Mizuno S23 wedges, and you'll see this isn't just any normal Mizuno S23 wedge. As I've said, I've got a few apologies to make, but before that I'm going to show you a highlight reel of just how well I've been using these golf clubs over the last few weeks, because I also owe an apology to Mizuno, because I once said I would never, ever, ever use Mizuno wedges, and this year that might all change. It's a great looking shot. Be good. Be good.
That's a good shot from here, mate.
Oh, what a shot that is, by the way. So guys, now the highlight reel is over, and believe me, that wasn't just to kind of appease my ego, but I wanted to really kind of get down just how good these golf clubs really are. You see, when it comes to wedges, we don't often talk about technology. They're not the sexiest of clubs, although I happen to think that these things are absolutely beautiful. They are the clubs that generally save you a score. They are the clubs that generally you do make your scores with. That's the same thing. But for me, these are absolute game changers. Now, I've used that in titles before. I've said it about different golf clubs in the past. But what Mizuno have done here is actually make golf clubs that help. Let me explain. You see, in the past, myself and probably many golfers around the world, when it came to replacing the wedges, would just look at basically the Titleist Vokeys and then decide what finish they want and go with that. They would match up the lofts with the loft of the pitching wedge and think, right, that is my wedge setup for the year done. And that has been the case for quite some time. You can see that shot there just kind of is testament to what I'm trying to get through in this video. I actually think Mizuno have nailed this year. Who remembers the Nike Engage wedges? The wedges with the big kind of missing bit in the back. Now, we all know Nike weren't very good at making golf clubs. I think it's fair to say we can all agree with that now. But the Engage wedges were absolutely beautiful. They were fantastic. You can see how there's a lot of mass missing out the middle of that club. This is pretty much the same for me. It looks very similar. I don't know if that's where they got the idea from, but for me, it is a stroke of genius. And each different wedge of this Mizuno S23 range is designed to be a different weight setup, a different mass setup, and basically a totally different tool depending on that number there that's just come into focus. This is a 54 degree, so it's designed to be totally different to the 50 degree and the 58 degree you can see there. Now, there's a reason why these are so battered and worn, and that's because I've showed you all the shots that I've been using with these. I love these golf clubs. These are definitely, for me, up there for the best wedges of the year. Now, I actually tried these as a little bit of a surprise. I got them to review, but as you all know, I went down to Bearwood Lakes to get fitted for my new irons, and we wanted to do a giveaway for our new channel, Get Good at Golf. So for Sunday Club, as you'll see, this club is marked up with the Sunday Club branding. That's a membership where we kind of help you try and get better at golf just one Sunday at a time. And I thought, that looks really good. Like, we got it made up by Joe. Joe was fantastic at fitting these. And then I started playing a few shots with it, and I was like, that is literally unbelievable. Some of not only those shots you can play where you can really nip it in and hopefully let it release out. That one nipped a little bit too much, but the full shots you can play, especially with the 50 degree, like I could keep it flighted so down because of the technology that's in these. So the idea is, guys, that the mass is more strategically placed so that you can get better ball flight. So it has a short hosel design. This centralizes the sweet spot whilst maintaining the player's preferred looks, which for me, they're absolutely nailed. And with that weight being pushed more towards the toe, that is designed to give you a more centered sweet spot, and it does mean you should get more spin anywhere around the face. So especially for me, out of these kind of pesky bunker shots, no matter where I get them out the face, I'll show you where these are finished in just a second, you're generally going to get a little bit more consistency. Oh, Yes, please. And I've played some of the best bunker shots I've ever played with these wedges, which for me speaks volumes just about the performance of them. Let me just show you where they've finished. You see, I mean, bunker shots for me generally aren't my biggest nightmare, but when you're playing 3 shots like that, whilst trying to talk you guys through just exactly what's so good about these clubs, it almost feels like I don't have to concentrate as much. I know that's a dangerous place to be, but realistically, it's a glorious place to be. Now, let me make a bold apology, because you see, as of last Sunday, these clubs were no longer mine. They are not mine to have in my possession. They are not mine to even do this video with, but I took them out to Florida to do a test with and to do this exact review with, and I never got round to it, but I played really well with them. Then I took them to St Andrews to play around with, make videos with, and do this review with, and I got round to it. And David Bell, you did win these wedges, and they are on the way to you, I promise, because you were one of our first ever members over on Sunday Club. But I need to order some more, that's why. Dave, this is like a one-on-one apology to you. I need to apologise to Mizuno as well, but I've kept them just because I'm waiting for some more to come. They're that good. I never get this excited about like anything, but when it's something that's got me this excited, I just had to hold on to them. They are coming though, Dave, I promise. So these are available, guys, in 4 different grinds as well. We have S grind, D grind, C grind, and X grind. X being the most extreme grind, and to be honest, the only grind that I don't have here. So for me, the S grind is very similar to, you know, on the Vokey grind, the S grind, that's going to be your kind of full shot grind, probably similar to the F grind actually. You can see there's kind of not a lot of relief there. That's designed just to square the club face up. The D grind does have a little bit more relief, as you can see, it kind of tears off at the end there. I quite like that. Definitely more weight in the bottom of the club there. You can see how it relieves away from that top line. And the C grind for me, which I've got in the 58, is the grind that probably allows you to be a little bit more artistic. You can open that face up just a little bit more. I've got the 54 here with 8 degrees of bounce, and for me, I don't feel like, this is probably where I'll prove myself wrong, I don't feel like I can play bad shots here. It just makes the strike feel easy. That's a terrible golf shot, but it's gone to like 6 feet. And that for me is what these wedges are really helping with. Look how low that's launching, by the way, for a 54 degree. That is quite ridiculous. But then if I want to play it up in the air with the 54, I can do just that as well. Versatility is such a huge thing when it comes to wedges. For me, I owe Mizuno a massive apology, as well as David Bell, who won these wedges, because I once said I would never play Mizuno wedges off the back of, I didn't like the old ones, you know, the blue ones. They weren't for me. These may well find their way in my bag, and I think, guys, if you've only ever used Titleist wedges, tailor-made wedges, ping wedges in the past, maybe give these a go if you get to look at them, because for me, they are definitely up there with the best of the bunch. So quite a few notable shots for me using these wedges, and it's even actually got me accolades from one of my best friends, Chris, who is a short game expert, and he actually said to me, James, you would be crazy if you didn't put these wedges in the bag, because he's seen such a marked improvement with my game. Is that confidence? Is that just a couple of good shots that's giving you an ego boost? Or is it the tech that's behind these wedges that's allowing me to get the ball flights, to see different shots and play different shots? Well, such as the shot on the 16th hole at the old course, the hole just before the road hole. That's the best bunker shot I think I've ever, one of the best I've ever seen, never mind played, and that's me sort of playing it down a little bit as well. Some of the other shots that I've played out of and around bunkers have been just ridiculous. Are they going in the bag? Guys, hit that subscribe button if you want to see if these are going in my bag in 2023. You see, the C grind for me is definitely that. You can be a little bit more versatile. You can use your imagination a little bit more for tough shots like this, and definitely a grind. But you're going to have more, oh my God, in those kind of more lofted clubs. This is like a 1 in 10 shot that you're going to get up and down from, just because of how much green you've got to work with. But if you've got, go on then, if you've got the correct club, it at least gives you a chance. Like those, for me, are perfect. That's got to go in. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed that video. I've tried to make this as sexy as possible. I know wedge videos aren't always the most interesting. Together with putter videos, they get like next to no views at all. But for me, I think it's really important to show you guys just how good they can be and just how they can help your game and my game mean, look at those up there. I'm really enjoying them. Apart from that, see you all at the same time tomorrow. Bye.